Hey guys, it's Cindy over at paper.old.new. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time with me today. I'm excited. I know it's been like a week, like a full 7-day week since I've seen you. I'm really sorry about that, but I was really working hard to get this kit finished. And you guys know me, I usually double up and we get a wide kit, the normal wide kit, and we get a tall narrow kit, and we get an ephemera kit. So I have been working on this. This is why I'm got the big gap. It's hard to balance time recording and time creating. So, or at least for me. So here we go. This one is called Bright Blooms. By the time this video airs, it should be up in my Etsy shop. And I'm hoping you guys will go over and check it out. And see some of the other kits I've got there. And hopefully I will be able to bring more kits more often. I'm trying, guys. This one took me a while. So without further ado, let's look at the kit you get. I'm going to have to do some flipping, like looking at, so my kit is called Bright Blooms. It's rather collage oriented. There are, I want to say 22 pages. Now I've used some of my pages to double print with, so that's why I said some of it we're going to have to flip. And you'll get to see all the pages, and I'll also explain some printing errors that I had because I didn't want to go back and reprint. So I do have some printing errors that I will also explain to you. But this is it. This is Bright Blooms. And I tried to combine, I wanted this to be vibrant, like pop off the page vibrant. So here we go. And you'll have some pages like this where the images are big and bold. Okay. And then in the background, I like the blue, teal blue. I like that color. So that was kind of my background for these. And you'll see that with these same flowers, I also made one that has small images. And then we go on, and I've got several combinations of colors. Okay, so this would be the next set. As you can see, big blooms. This one's got a teacup. I just kind of threw some extra little elements into each one. And then here you have the smaller flowers, same colors, same elements idea. And I added this. You'll see this frame a couple of times. I like that frame. And then I'm putting these off to the side, and then I'm going to bring them back up when I want to show you the backs for the ones that are in the kit. And then this is another set. I like the daisies. This one has honey with it and bees, which I thought, you know. And again, I brought in a framing element. Okay, and then this one's daffodils. I still like the daisy. I love the yellow with the blue. So this ended up getting 2, and I got some butterflies and a tea set in there. And here we have I also like the stacked butterfly. I like that image with the large, medium, small, the same butterfly. So that's in here a couple of times. It's also in the ephemera kit in a few frames. So I kind of spread that out. Okay, and then here we have some really nice purples and pinks. Again with the tea. This one has this is an old postage grouping off of an old envelope. And so like that. And then this one just has the one page with this grouping of flowers. You can always tell when I get to I either get tired, I feel like I've got enough of a certain type of page, or I don't. Some of the images I like more than others. I love these flowers in the background. These ones in the front I like too. They weren't my favorites. And then I did this one, which I do really like this one. I like this bouquet, which if anybody's looking for this particular, if you like this bouquet right here, minus these, I added those. But this bouquet right here with the red and white flowers and the little, I think those are daffodils and violets back here. That's, I'm pretty sure, a graphics fairy image. This here. Yeah, so All right, now, to give you a little bit of context, the next thing I did was I collaged a bunch of the background, you know, like the French typography type signs and labels and things, and I collaged them together. You can see where you can see through this one into that one. So I changed their visibility and whatnot, or their transparency and whatnot in the different layers. And then I put collage elements on top, and I like the way these turned out a lot. I did it with most of them. I think there's 5 of these with the label backgrounds and then the stuff on top. So I think there's 5 of these. And then here you have the purple teacup. And I added these orange bows to pull out the orange in the middle of this lily. So that's why these are orange. And that, at first it was a little shocking, but I like it with this page. So also I tried to do some different ones so that not all of them are white. Some of them have these labels with the darker colors. And then here you have another one. This was the yellow. Here's the butterflies again, and this was the yellow flowers and the daisies. I kind of combined those two because I had 2 with daisies and yellow flowers. So we did that one. And then this one is from those bouquets that I told you I liked. And as you can see here, you can see the bouquet standing alone without this begonia behind it. So you've got this bouquet here is the one I was telling you was a graphics fairy image. And then here's the tea set and 2 more stacks of butterflies. Okay, and then finally we have this collage, which is the purples. And again, this has got the darker background. Okay, so you've got the lilacs and the hyacinths, I believe. And this teacup I liked, especially because this frame is wrapped in pearls and has like a pearl dangle here and stuff. And this teacup has pearls on the teacup. So color and theme wise, I felt like that went really well. So that's what I added. And then in addition to those pages, you get, so I took the flowers and images off and gave you the collage page. This one is printed dark. So this was the first one I printed, and I decided this was a little dark. So I lightened them down some. Okay, and then see here, this one, see how that's still dark? It took me a couple of prints to realize that I needed to lighten it up. I'm trying to find the ones where, and then I did one of these dark ones, dark. See how vibrant that is? When you look at it with one of the pages, it doesn't look so bad because there's some vibrant blue in some of these pages, but it was a little dark for a background kind of a page for me. So I adjusted it before I stuck it in the kit. And I want to see if I printed any. I'm keeping mine that way because I didn't want to waste the ink to print another one. See, this one's really dark too. Oh no, this is the dark one. This is the light one. Okay, can you see the difference? How dark that is compared to that? So I lightened it up before I printed this one. Okay, and then let me see if I have. And then here's the other one. So these collage pages are included in the kit, but they've been lightened up so they won't, well, first of all, they won't suck as much ink out of your tank. But they don't, they aren't this dark. Okay, and I'm going to put these aside. So that's going to be your regular kit, your regular Bright Blooms pages. And then I had to do some rearranging to fit them properly on the tall, narrow kits, but I did do it. So you've got here. So this is, and then there's the collage, the vertical collage. This was after I lightened it up. This is still a pretty deep teal, but this is after I lightened it up. I really like the way these pages turned out. So I'm happy with those. And then, as you can see, I had to adjust. Okay, so I had to adjust the background. The background on these is the French typography. You can hear my dog. Hold on a sec, guys. Okay, sorry about the interruption. So again, you'll see my favorite frame there. And here is the back where I recorded a tall version of the background collage. So like I said, there's 5 of these collage pages and then 5 of the collage pages with little decorations all over them. And then this is the tall narrow for the, as you'll see, so I have the daisies with lilies. Okay. Here and here. And there's that collage page. And then I have daisies with daffodils. Okay. I printed extra stuff on the backs of these because I wanted them ready to go so I could use them. And then that is a collage included in the kit. And then this is the hyacinths and lilacs. And here it is again. I added a bee. Well, the bee was in the other one. Okay. And then here's the tall narrow of the ones that there's only one of. Okay. So I had that. I just couldn't make these ones work. I tried to shrink it down. I worked on trying to make, that was one of the things that took me a while. For both of these, I worked on trying to make, and this is like this one's 3rd iteration. I tried to make these small like I did the other ones, and I just couldn't get the elements to work right. And it was bugging me, so I just abandoned all hope. Ye who cross here. And then here's the ones with the elements on top of the collage pages. So, and I added this, the yellow frame isn't in from before, but it is in the fussy cuts. You'll see it when we look through the fussy cuts. Okay, and the collage pages don't have anything printed on them. I was really trying to just get this printed and so I could get up here and shoot a video. All right, and then here's, I combined. So you'll see the yellow lily and the yellow daffodils on this. I decided not to turn this into a, like, not to do one of each for that, which is another thing that kind of shrunk it down. And then for this one, I did the, what do you call them? The bouquets and begonias. And then I added some butterflies that I liked and the tea set, which was not included with these, but was in another page. And then here's the lilacs and hyacinths for the collage page. And, yeah, I had a ton of fun making this, and I love the way this kit turned out. So I'm excited about it, and I hope you guys like it too. So like I said, it ends up being 22 pages in each of those kits. So you get 22 tall, narrow pages or 22 landscape pages. And then here we have the ephemera kit, which I am not sure, 14 or 15 pages. I'm not sure how many pages are in the ephemera kit. But I did a lot of fussy cuts because it lent itself to a lot of fussy cuts because I got so many flowers. So you've got all these flowers to fussy cut, some of the butterflies that are in the kit. I decided to include one of the frames, and you'll see this frame in there a lot in different colors. Excuse me. And here are the flowers off of that one page that I wasn't able to. And I love these. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think those are great. And then here's another thing of fussy cuts. All kinds of flower fussy cuts. Some of the bows. Here's one of the frames with 3 butterflies in it. I like the stacked butterflies, and that's what a lot of the frames have in them. Here's the teacup with the pearls. Okay. I did get some of the things that were in some of the frames on the pages and pull them out. A couple of those are in here. And here's the white lilies. Here's the yellow lilies, the yellow lily and the daisy. This label is on a couple of the pages. Oh, and there's the purple teacup. Do I have the purple teacup on more than one page? Nope, just the one. And one pink teacup. Okay. And then here you'll see I did all the different color butterflies and this set of butterflies in frames with the backing pages. And then here I brought that tea set and added some daisies to the frame. I thought that turned out really cute, and I was excited about that. So wanted to share. And then here we did the frames that are in the very first page. This is on the very first set with the carnations and the, I'm not sure what those are. the carnations and the white puff flowers. That's where I got the idea. And I put that here, and I was like, well, what if I do a purple one and stick the lilacs and hyacinths in it, and a yellow one and stick the daisies and daffodils in it, and voila. This is the postal collage. This actually came off of a letter from 1877. The stamp was cut off at the top. I didn't do that. It was like that. Here is one of the labels from the frame. Actually, the frame that's on the page with these. Okay, so we have that. All right, that's the fussy cut. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages of fussy cut elements in this kit. Here's a page of the background labels that I used in the collages. I used some of the ones that I liked, that I thought made a good, I don't know, they're kind of tattered and fadey, and they've got all kinds of different gradients of color and stuff on them, and I just thought they were really neat looking. So I pulled some of the labels out and did a label page. I also did a card page, so you get 4 cards. Okay. And then here's some pockets. So 4 little pockets. And then these are flaps. So you know how we do the thing where this piece gets glued down and then this will flip open? So this is a flap, and then here's 2 small flaps for you to, this is the glue down tab, and then this would swing. Okay, so I included some decorative flaps. And then these are folios. These are the dotted lines are fold lines. So you cut the whole thing out and you accordion fold it. My thought was that this would be the front, and I did 2 of them. So here's the front on this one. You turned it this way. So I would fold it this way, and then this way, and then this way. So this would be the back, and that would be the front. Okay. And when I get around to using this kit, I'll film it. We'll go through the parts, and I'll show you how I'm going to use them in my journal that I make with this. I might have to print another set of ephemera if I do both size journals, but this is your ephemera kit. So you get these little folios. The other thing you can do, which I did, was I took some backgrounds and I printed on the back. So when I cut this out and I fold it up, it's already got writing space, right? It's already covered. I don't have to worry about dyeing it or inking it or, whatever. And that's the kit, guys. I am going to have 3 kits in my shop. There will be a beautiful Bright Blooms pages, Bright Blooms TN, and Bright Blooms ephemera. They will all be in my Etsy shop. Please go check them out. I will hopefully have them up this evening. Well, they should be up by the time you see this video. So no problems there. The link to my Etsy shop is always in my description box. So, like I said, please go check it out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.